Hello Internet and welcome back to I can't speak today. Let's try that again. Good day Internet and welcome back to another episode of Let's Try. We're going to back-to-back Let's Try episodes. There's a lot of little indie games out that I wanted to try. I admit Edgelands wasn't my cup of tea, but if you liked it, way to go. Anyway, now we are playing Plutonium. Now what's this game? It's a prequel essentially to a game the developers making called Plutonium. It's only a bit less than a quid at the moment on Steam, so I'm not expecting much from it. It's an action adventure game, supposedly 2D. I'm expecting just, maybe 30 to 40 minutes of gameplay of maybe setting the story or something. Oops, I just pressed something. Would you like to stream or record the gameplay? Wait, you can let me do this in game? Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, that's not my... Is that my Windows? No, that's not my Windows. It's not my Windows that's being shown around it. It's going to look like it is in window mode, but it's actually full screen. Bear this in mind when alt-tabbing. This is... okay. Fair enough. How are you recording my game? Is it being sent straight to... I suppose there won't be any face cam anyway, so I can't use that recording, but... okay, you've got me intrigued by the starter. How many chapters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so 3 chapters, each split into 4 bits. Let's see how far we can get. A huge shelter and a royal city-state built to Universe 1. Let's get into the details, shall we? A population of 1.3 billion. 150,000 Plutopi GDP per capita. Roughly 200. The strongest military force in the Universe 1. In all Universe 1. A country without any form of discrimination. A country where pets, other species and humans have equal rights. A country where workers' rights are protected. A country with culture, health, and pride. Fuck, shit, fuck, I think. Is that what it's saying? In short, a perfect country with awesome music. So, this is us. This is what we call Plutonium. I think the grammar could have used a bit of work. I think they make the plot and developers. I'm fairly certain. It was going fast, but I'm fairly certain there were some words that weren't proper. Okay. Welcome to Plutonium. Okay, this looks cool. These, oh, so that was the entrance to Plutonium, wasn't it? And he just got shot. Hey, what's wrong? How do you forget to bring your spare battery pack on a day like this? Such a moron sometimes. Get yourself filled. You already booked. What? Who's trying to hack me? Oh, there we go. Control authorized. Okay, I'm a little robot. So our brand new Lepat oil. Feel free to try some. Can I talk to the other people? Hey kid, how's life? Yes. What about you, mate? I wonder how leopard oil tastes like. I'm assuming it tastes like regular oil, which is not good. One, two, 1, 2, 3. I'm 50,000 Plutopi Plu per capita. How can I not be astonished? You know what, you guys can help me jump on your bandwagon, break up my sales and get a raise. What I'm about to show you is a oh, my a different Molon now. Was that a hack attempt? Damn it. What's that, military parade? Thank you for taking part in the promotion event of our recruitment of soldiers and troopers. I, an officer of the soldiers and representative of the commander, will gratefully have the honour of delivering today's announcement in front of the podium. My people, as you all know very well, the superiority of Plutonium's military forces have already been proven again and again. There is no doubt that many seek for ways to join the force, but the requirements have soared high over the years. To those of you who are disqualified because of it, do not miss this chance. For 1 month, written tests will not affect the final score. All applicants are tested with only physical and mental exams. For more details, refer to our official Military Plutonium webpage. This is made possible all because of your attention, ladies and gentlemen. And a generous gesture of the Plutonium Central Control Center, which has invested heavily on efficient defense of our country. For Plutonium. These are what they call Mulons, what they're called. They're everywhere, aren't they? Some wank is trying to breach my firewall, eh? Well, that was easy. Control authorized. Plutonium Central Laboratory. Plutonium's scientific achievements are arguably the best in the whole universe. There's a reason many countries outside the shelter invest heavily on scientific researchers. Plan your future with Plutonium's Central Lab. Wish I could find a researcher at the Central Lab one day. So we're just jumping between Moulins, just getting an idea of the community, I assume. Plutonium has declared the Portology as its religion. Our world has prospered at an ever faster rate. Plutonium started assigning most of its administrative process to bio-artificial intelligence called Moulins. I cannot thank more of the wise decision Plutonium Central Control Center has made. Let us make a vow. Through faith shall we devote ourselves to the welfare of our country. From labour comes salvation of humanity. From labour cometh salvation of humanity. Oh, so now they're hacking us outside of hacking us outside of the charging bases. That was definitely racism, so maybe this isn't as perfect a place as before. How many people like us still exist? Sorry. What are you sorry for? Ah, this is getting more complicated now. Oh shit! Looked complicated, wasn't actually complicated. Got authorized. Plutonium's Ministry of Administration. I'm pleased that by the decision of the authorities we are successful in rebuilding the great pagoda of harmony we once had years ago. It was a decision made by the Central Control Center. They thought when administrative processes are handled by humans, its efficiency was severely hampered. They are true heroes behind the efficient 24/7 administrative processing system that we have today. Some of the Moulins are passing by as we speak. Say hi. As you can see, Plutonium is a developed nation with true harmony between AI and human. Speaking of harmony, Plutonium is home to many kinds of species other than human and AI. Plutonium is a cultural melting point where peace and harmony resides. Look over there, that's Mr. Huberg, one of the natives in District 1 called Avian, cleaning the streets. This seems to be, utopia and everyone gets along, but I seem to see non-humans doing a lot of the more menial work and humans questioning whether they have to work. Doesn't quite seem ideal. Just saying. Anyway, but I thought all the work was taken care of by Moulins. Why is an avian sweeping the floor? I'm not sure about that sweetheart. Shall we get going to the next place, everyone? Because of racism! Wildlife Preserve. Plutonium strives to preserve its wildlife and ecosystem. This preservation zone proves it. Many environmental activist groups say the shelter is causing nothing but harm to animals. However, they fail to have proof of such an accusation. But we can. Behold the wildlife sanctuary for endangered species. Capital nucleus. Battery's running low. Gotta charge up. I've got nothing. There we go. Nice and simple. Now, why do you have like personalised markings? Is it just yesterday? It's so hard to get a mark license nowadays. It took me a whopping 2 years. Compare that to humans. They don't need no damn license for getting tattoos. Are you? Guys, I've discovered the cause of the actual game. It will be a war against vegetarians. They're forcing their non-meat eating ways upon us. You know, already genetically developed enough to not slaughter animals for food. So why are they still farming and killing? Because steak is amazing. Don't doubt steak. Hello. That's slightly offensive. Statue of King Zombie. Wonderful piece of art, isn't it? Why, hello, man in the back. We meet again, my little Molon friend. Welcome. How nice of you to come and visit my humble store. It's getting harder and harder for androids. Something. Sorry for making you come this far. Look around, oh, thank you. These. So huge. Is that really Plutonia? Yes, she looks over the whole Plutonium. Not only that, she is the most sophisticated artificial intelligence in the universe. She's the one who made tin cans like us think like humans. That sounds cool. Of course it is. She floods with charisma, just like everyone with force mental that gigantic figure. She's right in front of me. Isn't that the most amazing thing? I never knew I could have the honour of visiting the central control centre of my life. I can now die without regrets. Yeah, mate, I wonder how she really looks like too. Let's get going. Oh. So is someone hacking Plutonia? Or is Plutonia behind this? You're hacking Plutonia. Mysteries. Chapter 2. Okay, so that's like 20 minutes to get through the first chapter. For the whole thing, might just play for the whole game right here. No, what I'm going to do is I'll play for the first 2 chapters, and then if you want the 3rd chapter, you can get the game yourself. That'll work. Today's lookout work was really tiresome than usual. I can't believe there's still humans like that. But I don't understand. Why do we have to hack them to see through them? Why can't they just authorize access for us? and bash on us for privacy infringement and such. We have total access over all the cameras in the shelter. Could be a bit creepy for humans. I can't have any interest over their precious hacking, oh please. I'm not having this conversation again. We already talked about this a couple hundred times. I don't complain if you help me with hacking. How can I? I'm not authorized to hack Molons like you, Master. You can always let me do it if you want. Do you even remember I'm your master? Oops. I hope no one saw that. I did. You knew I'm always watching, so the way you spoke like that clearly indicates you're lacking love and affection. Shut up. Keep talking to me like that and I'll stop you from talking. You created me to talk to you. I thought you created me to make me do all of your repetitive work. But you never make me do anything, just talk to me. I created you to lessen my burdens, not to have a mere friend to talk to. So you made me to feel superior by making a servant, and forcing it to work of which you are. And forcing it to work of which, yeah, that's not proper grammar. You are more than capable of doing so alone. What? No, absolutely not. Shut up and do your work. I don't have any work to do right now. You know, I get bored when you're working. So make another male-voiced AI for me. I'm so how about? By the way, this tea tastes slightly different from yesterday. The code hasn't changed. System, did you notice anything different? Nope, it's the same as usual. Really? I'm tired. Maybe it's caused by myself being a... Can I? Since this is, you know... No, I can't. Okay. Note to self, developers. It doesn't work if you can't actually see most of the text. I'm assuming bio AI is what you say. As I change, I perceive an unchanged object or substance differently. As my brain cells slowly die off, it feels as if the same old tastes differentiate, I assume. The tea may be the same thing, but my brain cells aren't. If I was a human, it would be impossible to perceive such something. But as an AI, I must have felt the tea tasted a little different. Seems plausible. When I was 100% machine, this never happened. I suddenly envy you. The grass is always green on the other side of the fence, Master. I want to be a bio AI too. You modded yourself into one because you wanted to. It was not my will to become a bio AI. Not that speaking about it changes anything? Maybe? Don't talk to me now. I'm going to sleep. But you're the one who's been talking to me, Master. Anyway, cells are truly fascinating. Stressed out is to cool down tea. The overheated life forms, on the other hand, need to sleep to recover. Yeah, the text does take some work. I'm getting incomplete words, I'm missing out words. You're right. It seemed awfully inefficient, but it was an irreversible choice. Whatever. Good night, system. Good night to you too, Master. What? What is this? System. Yes, Master. What is happening? Seems like we've been breached. Why didn't you wake me up immediately? I thought I could do something without waking you up, which is usually the case. But this time I can't do anything, so I woke you up right away. I turned on an alarm, you know. Well, okay. I get it. There's no such thing as a security breach you can't block in Universe 1. System. Yes, Master. you were really unable to defend it, this is a serious problem. Get me a portal to the Situation Room. System. Are you sure you can't find the source of the problem? Yes, Master, it's not within my boundaries. Let alone tracking the source of it. This virus is slowly pervading around here. And I'm already having a hard time defending it. If that's the case, connect all the circuits I hooked up to you back to me. I'll sort through it myself. In the meantime, hold off the virus as much as you can. Yes, Master. I rerouted the circuits back to you as ordered. Thanks. I'll begin now. Focus Plutonium. Tracking sequence. Tracking source of hack attempts and viruses. There is what? He's the one. Uh-oh. That didn't look good. Are you okay? I'm okay. I felt myself overloading before. So if you're the cause of the hacking for the Molons, then who's the source of the hacking for you? The tracking sequence crashed with an error message. It's simply impossible for me to track the source of it. I never knew there was anything within this universe that I cannot calculate its value in my operation. The rebels were handled as exception when I was operating, correct? But if not them, who in this world would be after the shelter? System, are you seeing this? Yes, I do. Did you run it? I already tried testing it millions of times. But analysing it is basically impossible. Every time I get close to the stuff, it gives me an error value. I think you need to see this for yourself. Sorry. No need for you to be sorry. But I think this is the real matter, as in material matter. I do not understand. This is the virtual space that I've created. But this black thing here, this is from the real outside world. Oh, we're in Plutonium. You're Plutonium. Oh, Plutonium. The big cube. Now I'm caught up. Okay, I get it now. Something that shelterers can see and touch. But that's not possible. Not unless you're a little child, that is. Oops, I skipped accidentally. Something to dive in. God's sake. And is soon left with disappointment. Yeah, I am disappointed as well that I can't read. That's a delusion naive children have. You think they can feed the dogs? They're seeing on the screen. By showing snacks inside the desktop. Stop. Of course. I know you're trying to ridicule me, and you're wrong this time. I'm not joking right now. Think about why you felt it and tried to analyse this matter. Your approach has failed because you tried to analyse something that's not a code as a code. This was indeed a code, how couldn't you analyse it? Well, I guess you got a point there. So if that were to be true, what does all of this suggest? It's what we need to figure out. I'm going to recalculate based on this matter. System. Rerun the tracking sequence. Outside the window? What does this mean? How would I know? It's your analysis result. That's not the point. This is not a normal output of a result value. A metaphorical expression cannot be, you know, a value. Maybe you read too much poetry recently. No, stop being sarcastic. This can only mean one thing. Somebody intended to make the result value come out in this fashion. What on Plutonium is this? This is new. A problem that my master finds hard to solve. A real matter inside my virtual coded space. This can't be. Come to think of it, how's things at the shelter going, System? Take a look. Commander requested our call through our lines several times. Judging by this much damage done here, Plutonium might be going through tragedy right now. Link me to Commander. Never mind, I'll connect to him myself. Connected. I salute you, Mother Plutonia. Commander, give me an update on what's happening on your side. I've never experienced anything like it. The distortions, they're hard to describe with words. Their technology is extremely developed. I've already been hacked. On top of that, it took me 3 picoseconds to figure out the source of the breach. It usually never takes more than a few femtoseconds. Is that good or bad? It's Pico's an actual thing. I know that. It's A-level physics. But with femtosecond? Never heard of it. I too have never heard of such powerful technology existing in the whole universe. The people are getting twisted into grotesque forms. Objects and environments are getting completely wiped out from existence. It's like burning down to ashes. They are literally gone. They did not leave even the slightest trace. People who are twisted do not even realize they were twisted. The problem is, we cannot find the cause of this. So it isn't a physical breach. You know, like tanks and battleships and those kinds of things. Yes, it isn't a physical breach. It seems based on statistics from countless combat data. Well, I've never witnessed something like this before. It doesn't seem like the invasion was meant for subjugating us. Why so? To begin with, all the major military facilities are safe and sound. The vanished objects, buildings, and the environment has absolutely no correlation, which means they are disappearing in a completely random way. The country was to invade a country to conquer it. It is common sense that they should always aim for destroying the infrastructure and military facilities. They are far from committing such an action. This clock in the bottom left, does that mean something? Is something going to happen at 12 o'clock? That's what I'm thinking. Moreover, soldiers whose appearances were completely twisted still acknowledge themselves as soldiers, and are still well functioning enough to be out in the field. If they really wanted to conquer the shelter, they would have messed up the soldiers for good, making them unable to do anything at all. Seeing that they are more than capable of doing that, but not doing so can only mean one of two things. 1, they have no purpose whatsoever in seizing control of plutonium, or 2, they're crazed warmongers craving for blood and plunder. If it was the latter, however, it is nonsensical to be making all these meaningless fuss before even starting the invasion. They should have already teared down the walls with catapults or whatnot. It looks like someone's playing with us. Anyhow, if my predictions are correct, there will be no physical assaults. If there is, I will probably keep them off. But judging by the current situation, the shelter has been thoroughly violated in a sense. As you would know very well from monitoring the situation, our world is perpetually being skewed all over. It feels like this whole world that I've lived all these years turned out to be fake. As if the laws of physics were all a lie. What I'm seeing is unexplainable to me unless I'm dreaming. But I'm not. Is this a sickness? Maybe this can be explained by a symptom of an illness, such as seeing things like hallucination. It's not any sort of sickness, nor a hallucination. Everything that's happened right now is not a drill. Is that so, Mother? What you're telling me is true. I simply cannot fathom why on Plutonium would these beings invade us. I'm even more surprised at the fact that you could not see this coming. With all due respect, Mother, you have always accurately predicted incoming threats every single time. I won't deny. At first I thought it was a mere battle, but judging by the fact that still no physical damage has been done to our side, means that we need a different way of approaching this matter. After listening to your insight and looking over what's happening at the shelter, as their intentions for pillaging my land has become more obscure than ever, now I know the source of the breaches and the contortions. May I ask what you found out? You may find it absurd, but you should know that I would never fool around in this situation. Not unless this was all a prank to play a trick on you. You also know very well that a second for a typical human being equals to years and years for me. And never would I even dream of joking around in a state like this. Who would ever be such a dimwit? Of course, Mother. But it took me 5 seconds. A whopping 5 seconds for me to figure out the cause of this. Seems to me you just want to show up. System, every second is valuable. Shut it. I'm sorry, Master. Please, continue. I found this black gooey matter inside my system. By my system, you mean the virtual space you live in, Mother? Yes. Certainly not this useless system. This matter. It's dummy data caused by the hacking, isn't it? That's what I thought. But no, it was real. Real fluid matter that exists in your world. What? But I cannot understand. Yeah, I don't understand either, to be honest. So we've got... the virtual world has actual real world shit in it, and the real world is being altered like a virtual world would be. Intriguing. Liquid inside a code doesn't make sense at all. Which is what I thought as well. But the fluid was indeed real, there's no doubt about that. So based on the fact that real matter existed in a virtual space, me and System had a conversation and have made a conclusion. The world you're living in is actually fake. And that somebody from a different dimension is trying to manipulate our fake world. That is the most plausible scenario. This just got all Matrix shit. Could you please provide a further explanation? Simple. Go watch The Matrix and then come back here and you'll understand. Simply put, this world that we're living in, for them it's no different from looking at a computer screen. They exist in a world above our dimension. Are they talking about me? They talking about me? This game just got meta. For them, the real world and the virtual world that I created is the same. You and I are only separated within our dimension. In other words, the saw you are standing on, Commander. For them, it is nothing but fake. So what we classify as real or code are nothing but code for them. My king. That's how the impossible was suddenly made possible. One more thing, I just finished my calculations. And it isn't them who's invading us. It's just one. As soon as I started thinking that, the shelter itself may be nothing but code, I re-established the concept of black holes that I previously had. As I expected, while most black holes in the universe one is closed on the other end, one of them had a white hole inside it that was actually open on the other side. Through the open black hole came pouring down the black matter, which was the root cause of the distortions. That particular black hole serves as a link between our world and the invaders. But doesn't black holes suck in objects? How can it emit? Forget about the black holes the way we once thought they were. Black holes in our world act as a passageway between us and the outer dimensions. What we previously knew hardly matters. Alright. So what we're dealing with is a being that can manipulate the shelter like code at its own will. Do you have a way to overcome this situation? I pondered for several picoseconds thinking the same thing. Maybe, just maybe. There was a way, albeit highly unlikely to go as planned. Please elaborate for me. Wait, I sense the outsider closing in on us. Oh my. Commander. Yes, Mother. What's clear is that it is trying to twist the world that we live in. And apparently, the king won't find it too appealing. The king has already been twisted. So are the chief administrators. I think it would have been better if I knew this coming. Commander, this may very well be the last mission I issue to you. I'm always at your service. My analysis shows that the contortion sequence of the shelter is already over. The reason we're still intact means these distortions take place conditionally. There are certain life forms that cannot be riddled with by the outsider. Those who are not twisted be unaffected, except you and me, Commander. They're mostly little kids. I believe the condition for the wall page is emotion. Not just any emotion, negative, pessimistic emotion. Most citizens of all income levels, except the middle class, were heavily influenced by distortion. Not suggesting that happiness can be evaluated with wealth, but those are the facts. Furthermore, the happiness index diagram from Central Statistic Office and the regional diagram of the level of distortion occur perfectly matches with each other. This also explains why the soldiers under your command were relatively more twisted than citizens. The level of contortion of those who were diagnosed with PTSD are well above the average. Now I see why you and I are intact. We were built to be unable to feel sorrow. Anyways, it's evident now that your suppression procedure was effective. Aha. Maybe the king and I have failed. Failed at what, Mother? There's nothing. Oh, I'm getting a bit hungry. We really don't have much time now. You act very different from usual. You didn't assign me a mission. Please continue. Oh yes, right. Track down all the things that were unaffected by the distortion. And what after I found them? I will be creating a patsy. I will link this world to the outer world through black holes the outsider cannot reach, and create a guardian the outsider cannot handle with will. According to the data I gathered, there are several hosts that amplify the dark matter, which is the cause of the distortion. So I assume this Guardian you're going to build is going to be us in the actual game when it comes out. Purifying them with vaccine will stop the dark matter from oozing into the shelter. But for the Guardian to inject the vaccinito, the host one by one is an impossible task. So you, Commander, along with the unaffected, help the Guardian as much as possible. It will come find you later. Stand by it and help it restore the world. You mean I should train it to eliminate the hosts? Haha. That's so you. I'm afraid the host cannot simply be eliminated. The only way to restore the shelter to the state it once was is to purify the dark matter using the restore process the Guardian holds. Reaching them up physically will cause annihilation of all the infected things and lives that were linked to them. My file is being permanently erased from computers. You don't have to worry about it too much, as I will plant a control code to the Guardian not to eliminate the hosts. What you have to do is to train it just enough for it to subdue its enemies and purify the hosts. Subduing and not killing is a much harder job for me to do. I understand, but you are the commander. I think you're more than capable. A non-lethal suppression. It would be much more convenient if you could insert the combat data when you build it. Much as I would like to, there's not enough time for that. My king, are you in danger? Yes. Along with the dark matter, viruses are flowing inside my space. My system is trying to hold it off, but it's not going well. Feels already bad enough that I may not make it, and it will be near impossible for me to form the Guardian if I try to input too much data. My top priority is to make it running intact, so prepare yourself. Gather up the unaffected and help it do its work. The Guardian. Alright. I will not waste any more of your time. I will do as you command. Commander. Yes. The Guardian will wake at an abandoned factory in District 3, and I'll leave it to you. Yes, Mother. System. Yes, Master. I'm going to the data center. Open a portal for me. I need to forward the data to Commander. So the clock that was running at normal time, now that we're, in computer time, is going at almost non-existent speeds. Ah, clever. Did you know, computers think faster than people? Oh. System, how much are you infected right now? Over 80%. I think I'll soon be slower. You reveal my colonists if you get completely infected. At least try to hold off before I'm fully prepared. Will. System. Hey, come on. System. I'm just joking. The system System, in case you missed it. With lowercase s to address all systems. I did not get any of that. Make it quick before I really get infected. We're running out of time. It made me almost jump out of my skin. Do you even have skin? I'll take care of your visible corrupted parts for now. Keep it up, system. Thank you. It seems a detachment of yours and your space is helping the situation in an unexpected way. By letting myself get infected first, you were able to get away with any threats. If you were directly affected by the virus, you would have been vulnerable to attacks. I am not that weak. However, this time you're right. Oh, I've got to get back now the way I came. There we go. Commander, within this data packet are some of the things that I have yet to tell you due to lack of time. You'll be able to help the Guardian with this information. I wish you luck. Done. System, transmit the data packet to Commander. Yes, Master. Is it done? See for yourself. The transmission complete animation that's about to pop up is pretty. When did you have the time to do this? I was bored. I make stuff like this every now and then when you're working. That's cute. Wait, this isn't a great time to appreciate. You're telling me. Open up a portal to the Comms Network Construction Center. I just finished my calculations, and for the data to be safe from threats to the outsider, not only does the data have to be stored within our dimension, but also has to be simultaneously sent to unspecified individuals. It needs to be sent out to living beings dwelling at a world of higher dimension, but the outsider also draws its breath. Like me. At least we won't run out, since all the black holes of the number of... Okay, I'm going to assume what they're saying was every black hole leads to a gamer. So you can send this code to lots of gamers through black holes, and we can all help. The important part is whether the beings living in a higher dimension will take my offer or not. Wouldn't you feel absurd if somebody suddenly came to you and asked you to save their world? You can request for a DAT, data storage to us, to increase our odds of getting help. I suddenly feel like a gangster. You're a douche sending out spam mails. It is what it is. No choice. Thankfully, the universe where I'm going to lay the database on is a universe that I've previously had a chance to communicate to. Communicate to other universes before? When? There's no case files about other universes on the records. It's a highly confidential project. I couldn't risk you knowing about it. Something only the King and I, and Misa from Central Lab knows. That's another part of the multiverse. You, the King, the supervisors, and everyone else live their lives with different forms and different work. At one universe, we are real people. At the other, we are androids idling around with no work. That's interesting. That's all you need to know. Attempting installation of the Guardian data to a universe I communicated to you before increases our odds of realizing our plan. Us on the other side of the universe should have worked things out for us. Asking too much in these circumstances will be disrupting your calculation process. I got you. It's about this outsider guy. Why is this fellow attacking the shelter? Can't tell for sure. Judging by the speed of the virus infection, we may soon have a chance to ask. I'm not sure if the guy will speak up though. And chapter number 3. Outside the window. Come on. Game. Can I just ask? Why is the guy this happened when I hit the escape key, by the way. Why is what I assume is my options menu in what looks like Korean? Oh, if you're if it is Japanese or Chinese or something and I've just offended you, I'm sorry. But it looks like Korean. That seems like a fairly obvious thing that should have been, you know, localized. I mean, I can understand, you know, the files on the background in Korean. Although, interesting to know at battle.net. Yeah. Apparently this window likes to play Warcraft. Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Notepad, I think. Anyway, yeah, been distracted. I can understand the folders all being in, you know, foreign, South Korean, I think, Korean even. But inside the game, since I speak English, this is the English version, surely it should all be in English. Anyway, that's all I'm going to have on video. I'm going to finish this myself right now, but if you guys want to see it, well, the link's in the description down below if you want to buy it. Like I said, it's on sale at the moment on Steam for less than £1. So you've really got nothing to lose by playing it, and it's an interesting world actually. I'm curious. I'm hoping the actual game, when it comes out, will actually have, you know, gameplay, not just me watching text go by and occasional little fairly simple puzzles. Incredibly simple puzzles actually. But oh well, I'll finish this and I'll buy the game when it comes out. If you liked what the video was, hit the like button. If you cannot stand me and you find my face repulsive, hit the dislike button. If you want to see more, you can hit the subscribe button. Like I said, link for the game is down below in the description. Finally, the link below for my Twitter feed if you want to use that as well. And other than that, I will see you next time, guys. Goodbye.